Seems like it's recording. Hi. It's been a long time coming. Back at it again with... I'm not sure if I'm going to do this daily. I'm going to do the daily upload. Can't promise anything. But, yeah. I came back onto this channel again because I don't know. I think one thing that's really been bugging me for a long time now is feeling like my brain is just like in this fog. I'm just not sure what to do. I'm not sure what path I want to take. I just always feels like waking up. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. At least it feels like I'm doing something, but at the same time, things just don't seem as interesting to me once I do it for a while. I feel like I'm almost like a person that prides myself in the fact that I'm kind of a jack of all trades, that I feel like I'm a creative person, that I know how to draw, I know how to do different creative endeavors. Whenever I start just doing a few lessons, I always get praise for the amount of creativity that goes into the things I make. And it always feels nice to hear from other people that you're talented, that you're good. And I have that with different parts of me, of like, I have that with sports as well. I get a lot of comments, at least I got a lot of comments about me being good at sports, about me being good at different things. I mean, even the medallions in the back you see there, those are from sports days where I was just the strongest kid in the whole school, in the whole high school. And I also pride myself with that. I feel like I've had a lot of potential in my life to choose different paths. And it always feels like I'm good at everything. But at the same time, yeah, it's just like the saying, jack of all trades, master of none. It feels like if I start something, that everything just seems to go well. And if it doesn't go well, I usually just drop it. So I guess it's also kind of an illusion that I've created for myself, that I'm just talented. I'm just so talented. I'm good at everything. I'm this perfect being that cannot make mistakes. So because I have this image of myself, I find myself trying to hold on to that image and just really almost lie to myself just to keep that image alive. So I would then, as long as I don't try my best, as long as I don't put 100% of my effort and my time and energy into something that I'm doing, like studying, as long as I don't put 100% of my effort into studying, then it means I'm still talented. Because then in hindsight, I could say, oh, if I had just put 100% of effort into it, I would have easily gotten a 10. I would have easily gotten an A, whatever it is. But that's just an excuse your mind makes up so that you would stop trying things, because you can just stop trying things, stop trying new things, stop putting effort into what you're doing, and just keep up the illusion of yourself being this talented individual, like just having this, just keeping up this facade. Like, who am I trying to convince that I'm worthy? Who am I trying to convince to make myself this incredible being that can just do anything? Like, if you think about it, it's really weird, no? Like, why do I swear, I don't think I'm alone in this. I think a lot of people have this, almost this imposter syndrome, or was it called imposter syndrome? I don't even know. Or is it the imposter, whatever it is, that you think that you're actually not that good, and everything you've earned up until now was actually just luck, or it could have happened to anyone. And just those kinds of thoughts, they spring up in my mind. They cause all kinds of anxiety and all kinds of distress. So it makes me even more like worried about making different choices and sticking to one choice. That's, I guess, also the reason why I became this jack of all trades, because I never really feel like putting all the effort into one skill is going to be worth it, because, well, what if it doesn't work out? What if it turns out that my talent was actually just a misjudgment and I'm actually not all that great? What if? I feel like I'm always scared of the consequences of, like, being found out, that, like, that whole imposter feeling of being found out, being spotted, that, well, maybe you're not that great, and maybe you aren't the person you thought you were, or you say you are. And it's a scary feeling. It's a scary thing to feel. And that's the reason why I have had all this, why I just gave up on so many things in my life, and why I just never seem to be able to push forward and just keep going with it, with one thing. I always have so many different things in my mind that I want to do, or that I want to, or just different things I want in my mind. It always feels like it's not enough. When I wake up, I'm not even sure what I want to do, because it feels like everything I do, it's just going to be mediocre, or I'm just doing it for fun and I'm not really gaining anything from it. So it just keeps me down. It keeps me in this decision paralysis, where I wake up, don't know what I want to do, so I get stressed because time is passing by. There are deadlines to be met. There are different projects I started that I still have to do, and I'm not really sure if I still want to do them, because they give me all kinds of stress. And I'm just juggling studying with different projects, with video creation, with streaming, whatever. I'm just juggling all that, and also with friends and hanging out with friends, because that's also very fun. Juggling all that, I just kind of lost the reason why, like, the purpose of being alive. Because if you've seen anything I've said before this video, I pretty much, my conclusion has always been with, like, what life is supposed to be, what purpose there is in life. My conclusion has always been that life is nothing else but a mix of random events and randomness. And our reason to exist is to experience as much of life as possible, and just experience the good, the bad, the ugly of life. And I just found that that idea, that is not enough for me. That is not an answer to my question. When I ask what the purpose of life is, that answer actually doesn't answer anything. I mean, the purpose of life, if someone says the purpose of life is just to experience anything, you can't really just experience everything. You can't really do anything with it. It's too vague. Like, what do you mean you just need to do anything? Like, how do I have to live then? Do I just stay in my bed all day? Because that's also experiencing things. Do I just work my ass off and try to reach the highest peak I can with my body, with my knowledge, with people around me? That's also a way to live your life. So what exactly do I do? It's just too vague a concept. The concept just too vague. That isn't a good answer to what the purpose of life is. And I think the best way to actually use that answer, or like to actually experience what it means to feel like living, I mean, it really is up to your own interpretation. But for me, I think I found, actually, I'm not really sure yet. I haven't tried it out yet. But I think I found at least a way to start living more purposefully and living more like your life has meaning. And that is to actually reduce the choices I have. And this is all just a theory. I mean, don't don't keep me on that. Don't take my words for it. I think everyone should just try it out for themselves, whoever sees this. I think it's really important that you don't give yourself too many choices. You have to really think what type of life you want to live. You have to really think about what you feel. Really put them into words as well. That way you can express how you're feeling to your partner, to people around you, and chase whatever it is you want to chase. So for me, for example, right now there are a lot of things going on in my life. I'm turning 22 today, actually. I just turned 22 today. It's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Just turned 22. And that's also actually one of the reasons why I started thinking about this. Think of it like a quarter life crisis. Assuming I'll live till 80, that is. That's my little quarter life crisis here. Because I've had, I think, consciousness for more than 15 years, I'd say. I actively started remembering things around... No, actually, when I actually actively started remembering things, and things I can still think back to, I'd say it was when I was around 10 to 11, when I came to the Netherlands. That's when I really started remembering things, like remembering pretty much every day. Not every day, but like most events. Like the memory before that is still pretty vague, but I still have lived around 10 to 11, or maybe even 12 years. Let's say 11 years. I've had 11 years of active consciousness and memory. And now I really don't have much to show for it. At least I feel like I haven't... Everything that I've achieved, everything that I've done, it hasn't felt like it's a life I chose. It feels a lot like it's like I'm living someone else's life, you know? Like going to school wasn't my choice. I just had to follow the curriculum and do whatever I needed to do. Come to the Netherlands and live here wasn't my choice. I came here with my parents. And it was my parents' choice to come here. And learning Dutch, learning English, all those things weren't my choice, but I still did it. I mean, it did help me get to master 4 different languages. That's great. But again, all those achievements aren't really mine. And funnily enough, all those talents that I displayed when people asked me, when I try new things, and when people ask me how I'm so good at it, all those talents that I displayed wasn't mine as well. I didn't make those talents. I didn't work for those talents. They were there. Just like how I can speak English the moment I gained consciousness because my parents taught me English. Or like how I can speak Chinese or all these other languages. It's just because I was born into it. I didn't have an active choice in this matter. I just did what I was supposed to do as a good kid. So even my talents aren't things I chose. They're just things I have, things that were given to me. So then really thinking about it, what part of my life did I actually achieve on my own? What part of my life did I choose? If I think back, there isn't a lot. I guess that's also why now when I'm in this, when my brain has fully developed and I started thinking about life and all these different things and what my purpose is and what I want to do with my remaining years of life, that's why it struck me, specifically this moment that I turned 22, that I really started to think, hey, you know, a lot of what I do, a lot of what I have, a lot of what I think I am wasn't decided by me. It was decided by other people. It was decided by my parents. It was decided by my friends. It was decided by people around me. I never decided to have trauma. I've never decided to be socially awkward. I mean, I guess I did, but I was conditioned into being socially awkward. I was conditioned into being more of a shut-in. Even though I have a lot of supposedly talent in doing sports and doing different physical activities, I never chose to be fit. I never chose to be good at sports. I was just born into it. And that realization really got me thinking of like how I wanted to live this remaining life I have and what I want to do the most. And I thought a good way to go about it and actually stop procrastinating so much and stop living in this fog of this brain fog. And I think the best way to do it is probably to be very conscious, very conscientious as well. Be conscious of your decisions, of how you feel, and really think about, you have to think so much to the point where you have no other choices left. So for me, I started thinking, because I have a few things on my table right now. I could go and learn drawing. I could go and learn guitar, piano. I could go make my channel bigger, my YouTube channel bigger. I could go make my streaming channel bigger. I could do all those things. I could make more friends. I could invite them to parties. I could go partying and make more friends that way as well. I could go watch different anime shows every single day. I could play games every single day for hours upon hours. I have been doing that. But when I really sat down and thought about what all those things brought me, and what I want in my life, what I want to achieve in my life, I still think the best path for me is studying and completing electrical engineering, the bachelor of it, and then completing the master's, and then probably going to Japan for a few years, go to America for a few years, and just live life to the utmost by completing one task at a time, by focusing on one priority at a time. Because priority didn't have a plural form for a long time. But now we have priorities. We have multiple things that are really important. But priority is supposed to be the thing that is the most important. So I think it's good to have a priority again instead of priorities. Because when you have priorities, you get decision paralysis. You won't know what to do because some things are better for some things are better for one priority and some things are better for the other priority. So instead, choose one priority and stick to it. And that's what I'm gonna try out. That's what I'm gonna try. Because I'm sick and tired. Sick and tired of slogging through my life. Because it actually feels like a swamp living right now. Half the time I'm not sure what I'm doing. I've been doing the first year of my bachelor this is the third time I'm doing the first year of my bachelor now. It just can't continue this way. I'm living my life, but it doesn't feel like I'm living. I'm just living this anxious mess, this anxious, just anxious, clouded soup of anxiety, negative emotions, self-doubt, and fear. Because I'm afraid. I'm afraid to make a choice. I'm afraid of missing out on different choices. I'm afraid of picking one choice and finding out later that it's actually not the right choice, or going or choosing the choice, or choosing one path and finding out that even though I supposedly had talent for it, after I put in 100% of my effort, I still couldn't do it. Well, then where's that talent? I guess then you find out that talent is just a bunch of bullcrap. Because you can't really do much with talent if you don't put the time and the effort into it. So that's also the reason I wanted to make this video. It's kind of for myself. It is really for myself to just yap and put my thoughts somewhere. I could have also journaled, but I like this form a bit better. I like to talk and work on my pronunciation skills and speech. So now, my priority, after careful consideration, my priority is going to be studying. And with priority, I mean priority. Nothing else goes above it, and everything else goes below it. And I'm gonna try the fucking hardest. I'm gonna try so hard. All the sweats and tryhards in games, they won't come even close. I'm gonna be the nerdiest fucker around. I'm gonna be, oh my god. But I love the fact, I love putting passion behind things. I love going all out, putting everything into one basket, putting all the eggs in one basket, and making sure it gets all the attention I can give it. And I think that's also the best way to improve in a certain skill or in a certain path or area. Put everything you have into it, and you won't have anything to regret either, because you've already made logically the best choice you can make. Because even if this is a possibility, it could be that after I'm done with electrical engineering bachelor's and master's, I go to Japan, I hate it there, and I can't find any work, I'm out of a job, and I have to, I don't know, work at a McDonald's for many shifts just to stay alive. That could happen. That is a possibility. And I'm ready for those consequences. The one thing that I've been avoiding pretty much all my life has been making choices, because I always wanted to avoid consequences. The thing I'm scared the most in my life is choices. Choices. Because with choices comes consequences, and I'm just too afraid to bear unknown consequences. I like it when there aren't any consequences. I like it when other people can fix things for me. I like it when I can just sit back, relax, and nothing happens. But slowly I'm starting to realize sitting back and relaxing and not doing anything doesn't actually mean that everything stays the same. It actually means that everything slowly deteriorates. I feel like that's a fundamental law of the universe. If you don't put energy into it, it's going to slowly tear apart and go back to chaos. If you don't uphold order, it's going to be chaotic. Chaos is going to find its way back in. So yes, priority. Study. Important things have to be said twice. Thrice, I mean. Man, I'm forgetting my own jokes. I'm scared. I'm scared to take the next step. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm going to get. Don't know what I'm going to lose. But I think I have to take this step. If I don't, nothing's going to change. I'm going to stay in this downward spiral into the abyss. I have to change. I have to change. And it's never too late. I'm going to change starting now. And I will make sure that studying is my priority. I would try hard. I would try 100%. I don't care if my talent is going to be disproven. I don't care if everything turns to shit, if World War III starts and nothing matters. I don't care. I'm gonna put my 100% of my energy and my time into studying. And everything else will have to follow. This is actually quite a relief. I finally chose a path. I finally chose a way. And I'm fucking ready! Bring it on, life. I've got nothing to lose. I guess this is the way to live. This is how you create purpose. It's not just experience every feeling, but to face our fears head on and do one thing at a time. Now, to be able to study better, I am going to go to sleep. So, thank you for listening, and see you maybe soon, maybe later. Who knows? Whoa. Only thing I know is I'm gonna be studying the moment I wake up tomorrow. And I'm gonna nerd the fuck out of it. I'm gonna try so hard. Alright. Bye. It was good talking.